This is GamingToFightCancer. I'm Jet, and we're playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. Right now, we're working on Chapter 16. It's the beginning of Chapter 16. We just finished the climb out of the rubble from the plate fall, and now we're going to be breaking into the Shinra building to try and rescue Aerith. So, wherever you are, however you're fighting, you keep breathing, you keep listening, and watch if you can. We'll take care of the rest, so here we go. Boxes! Gimme! Look out, guys. Get out of the way. There's some boxes over here. So this is actually the door that we went through to get to this area. The game doesn't show you it. It doesn't actually show you coming through this from the rubble area and all that, but that is how we got here.
Security's looking pretty tight.
Huh. So they know what they're up against.
Somehow, I don't think it's all for us.
I love Barrett's
Could be for
cocky
Avalanche.
attitude.
Or maybe even Wutai.
Can't be for Wutai. What about the ceasefire?
That only put the war on pause.
So this, the remake is making it clear that the war between Shinra and Wutai is not really over. In the original game, the war, Shinra had crippled and decimated them. But this is making it clear that we're not done yet.
Smoke in this glass tower over.
We're here to rescue Aerith, remember? We don't need more attention than what we're gonna get. We need to be smart.
Yeah, I hear you. But my soul's screaming for payback, you know? I'm a ticking time bomb. And sooner or later, I'm gonna have to blow up.
Well, then make it later.
Yeah, we just smashed those boxes. There's nothing else to get over here. Oh, look, box remnants. Let's see. Anything under here? Oh. But there's some over here. They keep this whole area spick and span, and then just have these random boxes everywhere. Got a bench, some free stuff, vending machine, some turbo ether. Let's see, anything we want there? Nah, we're doing good. Anything we want there? Nah, we're doing good. Nothing we need out there. Take the bench, just say we can. You'll notice on the bench the painting on it is the old PHS save from the original game. Or not the PHS, just the like question mark save symbol. We will see the little reference to the PHS in a little while.
That one there. That's a Shinra truck, isn't it?
Come on.
Huh?
It's like, what are you talking about? Amazingly, the people inside did not hear them land on it.
How's it looking out there?
No one could be on top.
Anything?
Nah.
All clear.
Roger. Okay, head on in.
So far, so good.
Yep. Uh-oh. Aw, Shrek. Well, so much for the element of surprise.
Move aside.
Make way! Let me through!
Deal with that.
Oh, get your ass up!
Though that guy's straight on the ground at his feet. He's like blowing him up.
You're up!
Okay, enough of that!
Hey, what's going on?
Ha, bring it on!
The idea was to not get noticed.
Stealth ain't my style.
You never planned to be stealthy in the first place.
Don't remember. Maybe. Maybe not. Need my help, do you? Grenade!
Hey, that guy just threw a grenade.
Give him hell!
Suppressing!
It's on you!
Hang back.
Just feeling like a proper party now.
Let's keep moving. Should be a service entrance in the back.
Oh, there should be a service entrance, but there's snacks. Let's see. Come on, we got a whole storage facility down here, and you have nothing to take. Look at these classic cars. Some motorcycles. And that's where we came in from, in the truck that has disappeared. Alright, well, I guess this is the way we're going. All these crates of loot, nothing to take.
What's the situation? Can't get in contact with him.
Get him! Oh, it's a soldier.
Keep it together.
Yeah! Out. Bring it home!
All set!
Ouch, he cast that. I guess as a soldier you might want to do that. Uh-oh, Tifa went down.
Guess it's my turn!
Tifa's back.
Getting sloppy.
Alright, anything to see here? Oh, this is back where we were fighting. Classic cars. Nothing to see here. So is this the door we came through? I don't think so. It doesn't look the same. Like this hero music. It almost sounds like Star Wars-ish. No snacks. Wait, we're back to where we were. Alright, we're going the wrong way. So this is the gate we went through and got ambushed, or ambushed them. Classic cars, blah 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 blah. Let's try going this way. Through here? Nope. There's another gate.
Concentrate.
Who's that?
Don't overdo it.
How'd you like that? Grenade out!
And he shot a grenade.
Okay, let's go!
Taking over. It's on you.
Alright! Get your ass out of here!
Alright, everyone goes down. Hey, and look. All of our hard work, we get something. Molotov cocktail. I don't know that I've ever used one of those. Maybe we can find some poor unfortunate Shinra soldier to try it on. Well, like maybe these guys. Alright, spells, Barrett. I think we just use Molotov cocktail on these riot guys. That seems like the right thing to do.
No holding back.
Let's see, Molotov cocktail.
Have
Here,
this.
take that.
Fun's over. Stay sharp.
Not nearly as good as a grenade.
You got this!
Tifa, you like grenades, don't you? There, we can use a fuzzy wuzzy. Let's go on the soldier.
Ready whenever.
Let's see, how about Orb of Gravity? Oh, that guy.
You're dead!
This fight is not really good enough that I would like it to.
You got this!
Alright, let's... We need to clear the area here.
Here,
Continue to enjoy that. That should help a little
watch yourself.
My turn. See ya.
Need my help, do you?
I'll show you.
Holding position.
bit. Let's go with a spell. And Thundara. Troop B here.
Gonna make your heart give 'em hell!
Let's do it.
Alright, so we got a couple down. And let's just get a couple more items here. Let's see. What else do we want to use? Anything fun? That grenade seemed to help.
Take the lead.
Let's do this.
I'm not going out.
Let's finish this. I'll end this.
Oh, let's have some fun with Cloud's Limit Break. Ascension. Yeah, go find that guy.
You ain't gonna get away!
Alright.
That.
Well, we survived that, but that wasn't
Come on.
pretty.
We need to move.
Okay, time to get our bearings. Such a mess in here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. There we go. Thank you. Yoink. Let's see, this is where we came through, I believe. Let's take a look at our map here. So it seems like we're against where we need to be. Maybe we do need to go through here. No. Hanging out in Shinra Garage. Aha. What's going on here? This is like a security control room. Well, looks like we made it. We're at the entrance. Do we take the stairs, or do we take the escalator? We take the escalator. Alright, let's take a look at our materia loadout real quick here. Ditch, wind. Let's see if there's any other green ones we need to work on. Of that. Oh, you telling me that nobody has revival? Wait. Fire elemental, magic up barrier. Alright, well, Tifa's got, jeez, Tifa's got to have that. How do we not have that going? back here. What can we swap out wind for? Alright. Ice, lightning, wind, poison, barrier, binding we're working on, subversion. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any of the green stuff because it's all being taken care of. Do any of them have a junctioned... I can't see Cloud's because his is blocked, but it doesn't look like it. No junctioned secondary, so that's fine. Either way, we'll find something else for Cloud to work on here. Refocus. ATB assist. Yeah, we'll give you ATB stagger. Okay. Hello? Anybody home?
Nobody's home.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea where they might be holding Aerith?
I'm thinking a research facility. That'd make the most sense.
And where is that?
Upper floors. Maybe near the top. That's where you are.
Maybe.
Maybe we can use the console at the reception desk to find out. This building's incredible.
A shining monument to corporate greed. One of these days I'm gonna tear it down and burn the rubble.
But not today.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know about
There we
you,
go.
but I don't think we should try touching it.
Shit, making life hard.
Let's just keep heading up.
It's hard to believe that Cloud couldn't make that jump, or jump on Barrett's back or his shoulders and jump up there. This is a very pretty place. They did a really good job on the design.
So, how do we get upstairs?
Either the elevator or the emergency stairwell.
Ooh, choices,
Isn't the lab
choices.
we're looking for
Well,
on
hello
one of the top floors?
there.
I
There's
vote we
the
take the elevator.
Hardy Daytona. We'll be seeing you in a little bit. Hello, hello. Shinra Cafeteria.
No
About
getting
face.
upstairs without a key card, huh?
Think we're gonna need a few before this is over.
Pretty sure I saw one lying around.
Ah, the reception desk.
Yeah, but how to get in?
Go up and over, maybe? Look. Pretty sure we could reach it if we hop across those lights.
I don't know.
I think I'll give it a shot. As the lightest one here, I figure I've got the best chance. You two can sit back and watch.
Alright, so let's do some,
Okay, guys. Wish me luck.
stair hopping,
You be
or some
careful.
light hopping.
Aren't I always?
Uh-oh!
Shit! Tifa!
Well, looks like that
Are you okay?
chair was lighter than it looked.
I thought I was dead for sure.
Oh, you've fallen farther. Alright, let's run around here. Play as Tifa for a little while. Oh, snacks. Hello? Hey, a little bit of money. Money, money. Yeah, yeah. That's it? That's the only snack down here? Well, I mean, if it's gonna be something, might as well let a couple $1,000 just chill out on the floor. So we're gonna come over here before we do anything. Because you can see there is a purple box over there, and that's gonna contain Tifa's final weapon upgrade of the game, which is called the Purple Pain. Gimme, gimme, gimme. A pair of Purple Pain. Before we get that, let's upgrade it. Alright, so we want... Yeah, we'll take the crit. Max HP. Speed. On to the next. Attack, 5%. Bridal strength, 10%. Concentration. So we want a couple of these ones. These are pretty good. Alright. Concentration. Critical hit. Break, we don't use that a whole lot. Materia, take that. Attack damage, use that. Okay, on to the next one. Attack magic. Alright, well, let's get the materia slot. Okay. Alright, attack power. Magic attack, HP. Let's just take a look what else we have here. Speed, HP, critical. Next one will be that critical one, or maybe even that one. But that's all we can do for now, I think. We can do one more here. Critical hit rate with low HP. Yeah, alright. Alright, now we can go and deal with materia. So she's got 4 at the moment. She's gonna have a bunch now. Okay. Yep, you slot those, and we can give you 2 more. Oh, let's see what we're gonna give you. Assist, and we'll give you... Oh, that refocus one was helpful to you. Yeah, alright. Okay, so we've got the purple pain, and now we can head back across. So to get back across to where we need to go isn't really a maze so much. It's just unfortunately the controls are kind of wonky. You got to hit some of these things perfectly, like frame rate perfect almost, in order to be able to proceed to the next. So it becomes a little bit of a pain. Haha, purple pain. Right? Let's start by going up the right side of the ladder. Hey there on Twitch, welcome. If you're the same person that was watching just a little while ago when we did the break, welcome back. And if not, if you're new to the stream today, we're working on Chapter 16 here. If you're a cancer fighter, a cancer survivor, you're dealing with your side effects, man, we're here for you. We're just we're here to take your mind off of it a little bit. So sit back, try and relax. You just keep breathing, and we'll take care of the game plan.
This isn't so bad. Pretty close now. Just need to make it over there.
Come on now. Anything on the other side here? Nope. Well, I have to say that that's about as perfect as that
Just need to get
gets.
across those platforms.
Usually that is just so difficult to get the keystroke on the thumb pad perfect, but I got really, really lucky with that. Away we go. Well, I'm pushing it. There we go. Pitch perfect landing.
That's some fine work.
I might be able to disable security from here.
Ha!
Wow.
Hot damn, girl.
All right.
But I didn't do anything.
Shit, I'll take it.
Who did?
So you can use that to look up
And if
what
someone
floor the
did, why didn't they
research
just turn it
facility's
off to
on?
I
begin
think
with?
so. Give me a sec. Bingo. Professor Hojo's lab. 65th floor looks like. Huh. Guess we can only get to the 59th floor via the elevators or stairs. To access any level above that, we need to check in at the Skyview Hall reception.
59th floor it is then.
Right.
Okay, so now the question becomes, do we take the elevator or do we take the stairs? In the original game, you can get an elixir or something like that by taking the stairs. And the stairs are... Let's see. Yeah, this is the stairs right here. In this game, though, there is nothing special that you get for taking the stairs. Here they are.
You have got to be shitting me.
And
Nope.
my sentiment
We're a
is
lot less
exact-
likely to get caught
So,
this way.
But a lot more
Cloud's
likely
right.
to die of boredom.
Barrett's even more right. There is some funny banter between the three of them going up the stairs. Tifa outpaces all of them. Cloud and Barrett slow way down to
It's
a
only
crawl.
59
They
floors.
run out of stamina. They
Well, at
bicker at
least
each
it ain't a
other.
race.
Tifa bickers back with them, tells them to
Small
shut up.
blessing.
Things like that. So, that being said, those schnacks over here, it's a shame. Could have been a great place for one. That being said, we are not taking the stairs. We are taking the elevator. You can, take a look on YouTube or whatever if you want to see what it looks like to run up for 15 minutes of the same stairs. But it's just not worth it. Taking the elevator, we get a little more interaction. There's some dialogue later in the game that makes a little more sense for taking it. and it's just a little more fun.
Going up. Doors closing.
So what can we expect further up?
More security and restrictions. It's not gonna get any easier.
10th floor. Doors opening.
Intruders!
Alright, let's use Cloud here. See if we can get this blade force away.
Get your ass out of here!
That way we can stop thinking about it. Alright. Refresh
there you
some
have
bonus, but I don't know if that means we've acquired it. Alright, so that was 10 floors. Only 49 floors to go.
Wasn't expecting that.
Think anyone knows we're here?
Nah, we took him down quick.
Going up. Doors closing.
Wonder if it'll stop again.
People ought to try using the damn stairs sometime.
If it happens again, we'll deal with it like before. We got this.
That didn't take long, did it?
20th floor. Doors opening.
This time it looks like they were ready for him.
Give me a break.
Alright, now we acquired it.
Keep it together.
All right! Watch and learn! First aid! Bring it home!
That's
Takes
a
care
win.
of that. So let's actually get rid of this on Cloud now. Cloud. We'll go back to the hard edge. We're gonna lose 2 materias by doing that though. And I think these other 2 are ones that we need to keep leveling up, huh? Yeah, we do. We don't want to get rid of any of that. I guess we're just gonna have to keep this one for the time being. Well, okay.
Going up. Doors closing.
Straight on up to the top now. Come on.
We just keep getting waylaid, don't we?
If you want to take the stairs.
Now that you mention it. No.
30th floor. Doors opening.
Next fight.
Could be trouble.
Sorry?
Going up. Doors closing.
Take the next elevator.
Right. Normal people work here too.
She probably called for help.
40th floor.
Who's it gonna be
At least we're not stopping every single floor.
Yeah. Yeah, we're safe here. What about you, Mom? You okay? Good. That's a relief. What?
It's a normal,
Oh, they
average
gotta be
dude
kidding.
just having a phone call with his mom, checking in with her,
No,
making sure
we haven't heard
each
anything
other
new
are
yet.
okay after the
But they
plate
told
fell.
us that Avalanche could attack again at any time. Just get somewhere safe,
Going
okay?
up.
Yeah,
Doors
about that.
closing.
A whole lot of normal people with families and friends work for Shinra. People just trying to support their loved ones as best they can. I know it's not exactly a revelation, but it's easy to forget.
A good man who serves a great evil is not without sin. He must recognize and accept his complicity. He must open his eyes to the truth that his corporate masters are profiting from the planet's pain. Only then can he redeem himself. I know you know this.
I do.
Tifa.
Barrett
we need
might
to
make a
focus
good
on saving
cultivator.
Aerith.
Have to get him some Kool-Aid so he
I know.
deals with it.
I will.
59th floor. Doors opening.
$70, $80, $90, 100%, 110. Mako supersaturation confirmed.
Engaging materia cooling to reduce temperature.
She's using him as a footrest.
Madame Director, you have a meeting shortly.
Stop. Your timing is impeccably atrocious.
Mako density and materia integrity are both holding steady.
Registering mass increase in core materia.
Where did they go?
Now, show me something truly exquisite.
Ruh-roh.
Contaminants registered.
We're leaving.
Materia growth accelerating, outpacing models.
I like that chair.
Registering crystallization within the reserve tank.
It's like a poofy version of the Game of Thrones Iron Throne.
We have to stop it quickly!
Clean up the mess, would you?
Ma'am.
He's got to crawl. The foot pedestal has to
So
crawl.
this is the Skyview
As
Hall,
the
huh?
whole thing just
Bet
goes
this
up.
place cost a fortune and then some.
Let's look for reception.
Hey, check it out.
Come take
So
a
this
look,
is a
Cloud.
missable cutscene. If you didn't turn this way, you can go and not see this.
Damn fools. Ones who come here at night to take in the view. So pretty and marvelous and beautiful. But every little light burning bright runs off her blood. And bit by bit they bleed her, never stopping to think how it'll end for them.
Yeah.
Terrible but beautiful all the same.
You see the reactor right there. Was that the reactor 6, it looks like, maybe?
What is Avalanche thinking? What are they even after?
So if you listen to the song that's playing in the background, that's Scarlet's theme. Ooh, looks like there's a little door right here. We can take this somewhere. Where does this go? Oh, this is the top of the staircase. So if we would have taken the stairwell, we would have popped out here. Okay. Well, hang on. We got a little gray area here to check out. Oh, we might need a key card. Yeah. Maybe that's where we will go. Here we go.
You must be here for our grand tour. Visitors have access to floors 60, 61, 62, as well as floor 63. You will proceed in that order. By the exit of each floor, you will find a device that will allow you to update the keycard in your possession, thereby allowing you to access the next floor.
How helpful.
And now begins your grand tour. Please enjoy the Shinra experience.
Why has this whole thing gotta be such a big pain in the ass?
I don't know about you, but this is kind of weird.
You think everything's going too well?
Yeah, I do. Think this is a trap?
Ha! If it is, then bring it on. Let's get this party started.
Where does Barrett keep all his bullets? So it looks like now we're gonna go this way, perhaps. There we go.
Man, why we gotta get all these damn key cards just to get anywhere?
It's like
This
you
is
read
Shinra
the
HQ.
mind of the player.
How did you expect?
Says the former company man himself.
Until
Guess you know
Avalanche
about all
stops,
the
it's only
rules,
gonna get
regulations,
worse.
and red tape. It's like coming home, huh?
Let's see, do we have any snacks anywhere? No snacks hiding behind the sofas. Oh, we can go through here. Where are we? Ah, we're back to where we started. Up we go.
Yes, every reactor, every pillar.
Look at the size of that cell
Like
phone.
I said, a full inspection.
He's holding an
There's
iPad
no
to his
telling what
head.
kind of damage there might be. If you see anything out of the ordinary, I want to know.
Sorry to bother you, sir.
No, it's fine.
I brought the damage assessment for Sector 7 you requested. Sir,
That was quick.
perhaps you should try and get some sleep.
No, not yet. I need to finish preparing my draft of the reconstruction plan before tonight's board meeting. Whatever reasons they might have had, destroying an entire sector it's beyond the pale.
Director, I would strongly advise you not to say such things outside of this room.
Don't I know it?
Someone's watching him too. Any snacks? No. No. Alright. What?
Welcome to the Shinra building, our humble home.
A gold
Oh,
statue
hell
of
no.
President Shinra.
Here in the Memorial Museum, you can learn all about our president, as well as the various divisions that make up the company. And of course,
must have done
the city
recently,
of
'cause he's an
Midgar,
old man there.
the miracle of Mako energy. Whatever takes your fancy, you're sure to learn something new.
Yeah, shut up.
So this room we can just kind of see about Shinra. Definitely likes guns and Volkswagens. Little trucks. Digging for oil. Choppers. The president.
I think I just threw up a little.
Man
Gold
thinks very
pistol.
highly of himself.
This is him building. Working on a reactor or something. This is a pretty cool photo here. All these people involved in, I guess, building Shinra, or family maybe. You see the one in the center right there who looks suspiciously like Shinra from Final Fantasy X and 12, wearing that Al-Bhed mask. Who knows if that's an Easter egg, or if maybe the worlds are connected. I think I read in an interview years ago that they said that the worlds are connected. That Shinra is a great descendant of President Shinra. Oh, look at this. Look who this is. Might that be the guy watching us on the camera? And Shinra there doesn't have a mustache. Shinra in grand appreciation for Shinra. Alright, Let's get out of this room here. Where is the exit? Down here.
Hey everybody! How's the grand tour? I hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Wasn't it fun to learn about Shinra and our esteemed president? And to get a peek at the president's mementos? That was super cool!
Palmer.
Now, moving along. The next exhibit will teach you about the important work we do here, by giving you a closer look at each of our divisions. I hope you're ready to be amazed, because you simply won't believe all the exciting adventures we have here.
These all look so familiar.
'Cause we've destroyed a bunch of them already.
The Advanced Weaponry exhibit is currently undergoing maintenance. We apologize for the inconvenience.
What? Read this? This paper right here? Give me a moment.
Boy, their editors need some work.
To the Shinra building. The Space and Aeronautics Division has taken rocket systems developed for military applications and adapted them to a different purpose. The search for new precious resources in the infinite reaches of space. That being said, since we have plenty of Mako at the present, those plans are currently on hold. It's
interesting to look into that space division. So what does he do?
Welcome to Shinra headquarters. My duties as Director of Research and Development are, in all likelihood, far beyond your ability to comprehend.
Thank you, Hojo.
So there will be no presentation, as it would be a waste of my time and yours. But rest assured, we are making great strides. Albeit not at this particular moment, because I'm filming this rubbish instead.
Tell us how you really
I've
feel.
wasted enough of my precious time as it is. Science waits for no one, after all. So, good day.
Good look at a soldier right here. Third-class soldier. Very similar to Cloud's attire.
The Public Security exhibit is currently undergoing maintenance. We apologize for the inconvenience.
These are all things that we have seen. These helitroopers right there. So that's Neo Midgar. That's their plans for Midgar and the Promised Land. A lot of people said that looked like Balam Garden from Final Fantasy VIII, and I agree. That was kind of the first thing I thought of when I saw it, but then it kind of snapped in. It looks like you see in the distance, you see some airships back there, though.
Welcome to the Shinra building. Our mission here at Urban Planning is to supply the residents of Midgar with energy created from Mako. We also take pride in maintaining public infrastructure, the pillars and railways that run all throughout the city. Currently, we are working to construct an intraplate expressway. When this project has been completed, it will provide much easier access to numerous locations.
Man, that'd be some great
all across
DLC
Midgar.
right there. Have that completed and be able to
We
just
appreciate
run all
your
over
patience and
Midgar, see
understanding in the
everything that
meantime.
there is to see. It's such a missed opportunity in this game. They did everything so well, but just the ability to explore all of Midgar and get in every nook and cranny and visit every sector, top and bottom. I really expected the gardens that go up on staircases outside the Shinra building. I really expected to
Impressive, wasn't
be
it?
able to
I
go
hope you
and
enjoyed learning about
explore
our
those
division
and maybe have some boss
and the
battles,
wonderful
some
ideas
hidden
and
secret
solutions
bosses
that are
there.
produced to benefit us all. Here at Shinra, We strive to ensure the safety of all residents around the clock.
Wanna let us through? We still gotta stare at something? What are we staring at here? Some Mako? Live stream, perhaps? With their models from Midgar include the broken plate from Sector 6. Not the one from 7, but the one from 6 that collapsed. That they never fixed.
The city of Midgar itself. So come on!
This is Midgar, our home, recreated in 1/10,000th scale. As you can see here, the 8 Mako reactors form a ring around the center of our city and keep Midgar running day and night. The Mako which flows beneath our feet is a truly limitless resource. At Shinra, we have developed technologies to extract it and transform it into the fuel and electricity that powers everything we do. Thanks to the miracle of Mako energy, our lives are richer and better than ever before. Mako keeps our lights on at night and made Midgar into the city that never sleeps. A triumph of technology and testament to man's potential.
Nothing but a bunch of lies.
Except that Mako has made people's lives better.
Shinra's propaganda.
It's made people blind. Blind to the cold, hard truth. Even I used to buy into their bullshit. Remembering that makes me even madder.
So if you see over here, they have the part of 6, I think, on this model. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this model here. I mean, this simulates the room in the original game where you had to put the pieces in place. Okay.
Congratulations! You can call yourself a proud Shinra scholar. Now, moving along. Next, you'll learn about our progress in advanced science and technology. Please proceed to the 61st floor, the Visual Entertainment Hall. Welcome to the Visual Entertainment Hall, where we showcase Shinra's cutting-edge technology. Through an immersive visual and audio experience, please relax and enjoy the show.
Okay, I'll stop just for a second here, just to talk to you guys. If you're lying in bed, lying on the couch, you're watching this, you're reeling from your side effects, you're just listening, you're tuning in, you're not really watching. Inside this next room is one of the coolest cutscenes of the entire game. So if you can open your eyes, if you can sit up for a minute, if you can prop yourselves up, this is one you don't really want to miss. If you have to, that's perfectly fine. You just keep breathing and keep taking care of yourselves. But if you can get through the struggle to open your eyes and watch this a little bit, you won't regret it. This is a cool one here.
This place is empty. What the hell?
In the distant past, our planet was home to a people we call the Ancients.
Airship.
Many millennia before we discovered Mako, these precursors were already pioneering its use. Somehow they learned of the great reservoir of energy pulsing beneath their feet. And once they had, The ancients developed the means to harness this bountiful energy and bend it to their will. The fruits of their labors have survived to this very day in the form of certain kinds of materia. Their scripture, too, has endured. We who are born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise. Alas, the ancients themselves are long gone. 2,000 years ago, a meteor brought an end to their civilization. But before their fiery end, did the ancients find their promised land? Even now, we have only to wonder. Times have changed, and the Shinra Electric Power Company is committed to changing and evolving with them. Like the ancients, we have harnessed the power of Mako. Are they out there watching us, waiting for us to join them in some blessed corner of the world? A green and verdant land where boundless Mako energy will provide for our every need. Shinra is working for you to fulfill the hope of the ancients and lead us to that promised land. We shall not rest until our dream is realized.
That it?
What is this? Oh, it's weird. And what did Cloud just see?
No!
Sephiroth. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
What
a
was
man
that?
of my refined taste running out of butter. Short of its proper accompaniment, this tea might as well be boiled pond water.
Butter in your tea. Who did Palmer just see?
No, it couldn't possibly have been.
Unless it was.
Crazy ass thing made me want to puke. And not just because of the presentation, but the content too. Ought to come with a warning. That ain't for kids.
That wasn't just a movie.
That huge meteor. What was that about?
How much of it did they actually
nothing
see?
you should show a kid.
Come on. There we go.
Congratulations! You can call yourself a proud Shinra expert! Your mission is to go out and tell everyone about the wonders of Shinra. Next, you'll be visiting the repository for Shinra's expertise and know-how. Please make your way to the 62nd floor, the corporate archive.
What the?
Hello there.
Greetings and welcome. Avalanche, I presume. My name is Hart, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I've come to escort you to Mayor Domino, per his request.
Mayor Domino.
The mayor of Midgar? The empty suit that's just a mouthpiece for Shinra?
Mayor Domino,
Yes.
after Domino's
The mayor
Pizza.
of our dear Midgar. The most magnificent city ever built. That Mayor Domino. The visual entertainment
someone has
hall
a
has been
fan.
experiencing technical difficulties of late, and he suspected that these difficulties might impede your progress.
So what does the mayor want with us?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him that yourself.
Guess we're supposed to follow.
Look at the size of this library. The corporate archives.
Look at this place. So what? You telling me the mayor's some kind of crazy bookworm?
Okay, so of course there's a secret passage behind the stairs here, but in a library this big, I do not believe for a minute that that is the only book that causes some kind of secret passage to happen. This is a shame we don't get to explore and find out.
Through here.
If this is a trap, you're a dead man, you hear?
The mayor is waiting.
This can't be right.
Ah, wonderful. You finally made it.
Someone's been spying.
I am the mayor of the great metropolis of Mako. Domino, at your service. I must say,
I'll take
you
a
three
large
haven't
pepperoni
exactly
and a
been
Hawaiian.
discreet.
Nope, not Hawaiian. Pepperoni, mushrooms, and olives. Sausage.
I wonder who's been cleaning up all your messes.
What the hell's going on?
Come on, think about it. You've been caught by security several times, walked in front of every other camera, and scared an accountant half to death. Do you hear the alarm?
Oops.
No? You're welcome. I can only assume your cell wasn't looped in. I am Avalanche's man on the inside.
Say what?
Say what?
Is it really that surprising to you? You've seen where they put me. The mayor of the greatest city in the whole wide world, tucked away in a secret broom closet in the damned archives. The nerve. Those stupid Shinra pricks thought I'd just shut up and accept their treatment. But they were wrong. Dead wrong.
Boy, this guy's got a chip on his shoulder.
Well, this ought to make things easier.
We need to break into Professor Hojo's lab.
What? Why? You mean you're not here to give President Shinra his comeuppance?
We're here to save a friend who was taken.
But the president's gonna get his too, if I have anything to say about it.
Well, I
So
don't
dark in his
particularly
office.
care what you end up doing, so long as it hurts Shinra.
Great.
I think that
So,
in the back says a
I can get you as
certificate of
far as
trust.
the 64th floor.
Hold up. You telling me that that's the best you can do?
That is indeed the best that I can do.
But you're the mayor.
But you're the mayor? Does this look like the office of a mayor? I'm a glorified librarian, nothing more. They don't even invite me to their meetings. Sorting records and reports, that's all I do. My hands and fingers have more paper cuts than skin. No one knows my pain, my daily torment. They've made me a pathetic shell of a man.
Okay. They did you wrong like us, but we'll make it right. So just calm down. Deep breaths, man. Deep breaths.
Deep breaths.
Let me see that key card of yours. Here you are. You can now use it to access the recreational facility on the 63rd floor.
And then what are we supposed to do?
You look for a fellow Avalanche collaborator. Identify yourselves and he'll give you a key card to the 64th. The countersign is... The mayor is the best! Midgar's mayor is nothing less. Everyone says he's cooler than the rest.
Oh boy, this guy has spent way too much time locked up in his office.
Just say mayor to the guy, and if he goes the best with gusto, then you found your man.
With gusto.
You got it? If you think you've found the collaborator, say mayor, and see if he says the best. You got it now?
So let's see, can we walk behind his desk here? No, it's good. The low res on these certificates he's got. Okay, we can. Let's see. Certificate of not trust, something that starts with an M. Can't make out what all of them are. He seems to care about them though, despite being tossed back in here. Maybe they were given by other people. Okay, so we're gonna go find this guy, but first we need to talk to Hart real quick. This is something easily missable.
If you require additional assistance, please do not hesitate to ask.
So can you tell us anything about this collaborator?
Certainly I could do just that, but a man in my position must conduct his affairs with discretion. Which is to say that that which has been requested cannot be freely given, if you take my meaning.
You want money!
Disclosing confidential information entails considerable risk. Due compensation is to be expected. In this particular instance, that would amount to 10,000 gil.
Rip us off more, why don't you?
So, if you remember the original game, you can pay the bribe to bribe the mayor to get you what you need. And this one, it's his assistant asking for it, and that's a lot of money. Granted, we have plenty. We have more than we need to complete this game, and we are going to say yes. And watch what we get for our trouble.
The 64th floor is reserved for our executives. The individual you seek is fastidious and well-dressed.
No help
This
whatsoever.
individual likes to visit the 63rd floor to decompress from the stress of the job.
That really all you got for us?
Oh, are you dissatisfied with your purchase? How unfortunate. Perhaps this will help preserve our relationship.
Huh?
Okay.
An expression of my gratitude and appreciation.
So that is Barrett's final weapon.
That's better.
And it's the only way to get it is to pay that $10,000. So now we'll load him up with his final. But if we run all the way over here to this snack box, there we go. We got 3,000. So that only cost us 7,000 since we got the 3 back. So let's give Barrett his weapon. Oh, let's load it up first. Get our materia slots in it. Where is it? There we go. We don't need to connect the materia slots. Now let's just get him the rest of what we can. Give him his crit. And automatically get a crit. Magic attack, no, we'll give him that. Yeah, we will give him the magic attack as well. Alright, critical rate, 50% with low. So we want the 2 here. We want that one. And we want 10% chance there. Now let's go to the 3rd one here. And let's do HP. Attack 5, overcharge 10. Ooh, both of those are so good. Alright, attack 10. Can we do what we do? We need one more to be able to do that other one, so okay, that's fine. Let's go back here, and now let's equip the weapon. Reslot, and he gets to have 2 more as well, so we'll give him... let's see, what do we want to give him? He doesn't dodge much. We'll give him... Do MP up? Doesn't really seem like we need to give him anything, so it's just kind of a crapshoot as to what we want to use. Let's give him what will actually be somewhat beneficial. He doesn't use items. Alright, we'll give him Deadly Dodge. And we'll give him... yeah, we'll give him Prayer. No, because he's already got Cure. We don't need that. We'll give him ATB Boost. Sure, why not? Alright, onward. Back through the hidden door. That is a freaky robot right there. Brainwashed librarian robot.
Mayor, explosive.
He does seem to be explosive. Are there any snacks?
Mayor, very bad.
Very bad, Mayor. Looks like we got the only snack available, huh?
Mayor, explosive.
So where are we going here? Seems like we need to go up. Maybe? We can't get down there into the bottom area.
Shinra, very bad.
Oh, Shinra, very bad. Okay, there we go.
So, about this precious promised land of yours.
Listen to the music. Oh, that's a familiar, chilling theme.
Come now, Aerith. You misunderstand my intentions. I wish only to satisfy their material greed, so I can be left to pursue my great work. Our great work, my dear. You're the spitting image of her now. I regret it to this day. If she had only trusted me instead of trying to run, it could have played out quite differently. What a terrible tragedy, to lose the last of the pure-blooded ancients. Though not completely, would you like to see your mother? Albeit through the lens of one of my microscopes. Did you really think we'd leave such a precious specimen to rot in the gutter? We collected and cataloged every last bit of her. Hair, skin, organs, every fragment of every bone. As breathtaking in death as in life. As you, my dear. Ifalna was elegance, right down to her cellular structure. And there it is, that same elegance. Oh, yes. Time for yet another
I'm guessing this guy
meeting.
doesn't get a whole lot of dates.
Sit tight. I won't be long.
Ooh.
Here's the 63rd floor, where loyal Shinra employees relax and recharge.
It's pretty late, but I bet people are still here dealing with the aftermath of Sector 7.
So the job here is find
Stay focused.
the Shinra's,
We need to find this guy.
the mayor's lackey who's gonna get us
Guess I
above.
better get
We
working
can
on
talk
that
to a bunch of people and listen to a
conversation.
bunch of. This is oh, that's an elevator. Okay, elevator, nowhere to go here. These guys are all watching the death and destruction on the TV. So the hint was the guy likes to be on the 63rd floor where he can relax, but he's not there at all. Oh, you know what? I take it back. We can't go to the conference rooms at this point. He is on the 63rd floor. We just didn't get to the section that he was at. I missed a door. Recreational facility, that's where we want to go. If Cloud... Oh, I guess it would be better if we went down the correct escalator here. Alright. All the guys with the guns, the fists, the big old sword, heading on in and no one paying them any attention.
They look busy.
The plate did just fall.
What kind of particulates in the air?
Seeing them like this somehow makes me feel a little bit better.
Support is getting overwhelmed by calls. We'll have to resort to AI operators.
Let's find our contact.
Not seeing any security around. One less thing to worry about.
All these people hard at work dealing with the aftermath of the plate falling. You know, none of them were in the loop. None of them knew what happened. They just think it's a tragic accident. And they work for Shinra, so now they gotta fix it.
Where
Okay.
are you, Mr.
That tree
Collaborator?
recreated from the
I
original
think we
game.
just need to start talking to people who look the part.
Remember, say mayor.
If they say the best,
So there's all
then
kinds of
we have
people
a
you can
winner.
talk to here. Like this guy, for instance.
The mayor.
He doesn't have anything to say. We can actually go with this. You can buy items here.
Hello there. So, what'll it be for you today?
The mayor.
Mayo? Sorry, we don't
We
have
don't
any
need
here.
mayo here. Okay, maybe not this particular one you can buy items from, but there is one of them that you can. Making a liar out of me. No snacks anywhere. Alright, so we're not going to bother talking to these other people. We're going to mess up their cafeteria a little bit as we run by. And then we'll head upstairs.
The hell's that?
Combat
And
sim.
look.
You can use it to train for battle in a virtual space.
Just training in that thing.
So
really
here's our
makes
guy
you
right
better.
here, the obvious one with the exclamation point above his head. We'll go over to the benches real quick, just in case we need to use it, and we will get out of the jukebox. We got Scarlet's theme, and I believe that's the last one in the entire game. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 26, and 29. So there are only 31. So there's either 2 more to get somewhere, or somehow we missed 2. Either way, I think that we did pretty good. Alright, let's go see our guy here, our buddy
You
the
work here?
mayor's.
I don't recognize you. Can I help you with something?
The mayor.
I don't think he's all that
the
well dressed.
best.
He said
I
it
was
with
told to
gusto.
expect you. You need access to upper floors, right?
That's right.
Before I trust you with this key card, I need to see what you can actually do.
Say what?
Do you know what would happen if you got caught? We're putting our lives on the line here. Prove you're worth it. We have a state-of-the-art combat simulator. It can provide a real challenge, let me tell you. If you beat the sim, then the key card is all yours.
Alright, so we gotta go in here and prove ourselves. Alright. Take on the mayor's the best teams.
Don't overdo it.
Let me handle this. You're up.
Hang back. It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
Oh, I'm silenced. Alright.
All set.
Ouch. Oh, that just
I got you.
missed her at all.
Keep it together.
I'm up for anything. You can handle this.
Not throwing in the towel.
Two from down.
Hold on. I'm coming.
So Barrett's still silenced.
Don't overdo it.
You need me, huh?
Whatever.
Come on. Oh, Cloud went down. That's not good. Let's go, can't use items.
Don't stop now.
Can't I use items? Interesting. Alright, spells. Let's, get some heals on me first.
Never quit, never surrender.
Alright, I'm gonna get this a little more serious now, so let's, I guess it's just gonna be me. Alright, fine. Take this guy out that's almost dead, please.
Coming at you hard and fast.
Alright, here. Catastrophe for you.
Think it's time y'all return to the planet. That thunder I hear?
Jeez, come on, man. There we go. Wow, I did not expect that to go so poorly.
I should be better than that.
Didn't realize you couldn't use items in that fight. Good job, Barrett. Where's the door? The door.
All right, I've seen enough. I'm a man of my word. Here, this key card will grant you access to the 64th floor. You can use the elevator to get there. Once you're up there, just what is it you plan on doing?
We came to get one of our friends. She's being held in a research lab somewhere.
A lab? Then she must be with Professor Hojo. It won't be easy to get to her. Access to R&D is limited to authorized personnel only.
We'll find a way in. Know where we can find Hojo?
A board meeting is scheduled to start soon. It's being held in the main conference room. President Shinra, Professor Hojo, and the other directors will be in attendance.
Think they like surprises? We can even take the president as a hostage. Think of the leverage.
Try it, and security will be on your asses in seconds.
We need to find out what they're planning.
So you want to spy in their meeting? I have an idea. Head to the men's restroom. You can climb into the air ducts there. They go all the way to the conference room.
Thanks for the tip.
Has he done this before? Okay, so we can go back into the combat sim, and we can fight a whole bunch of other battles just like we did in the Coliseum. However, there is another combat sim in Chapter 17, so we're going to ignore this one for now. There's our buddy Chadley.
Cloud, I've been waiting for you. You haven't forgotten me, have you? I'm an intern in the R&D division here. I took the liberty of hacking into the executive's private network to monitor your progress through the building. I will support you in any way that I can. I sense a surge in trust.
Out in the open,
we should
in
keep this
Shinra.
brief to avoid suspicion.
Okay, so there's nothing to get from him at this point. There's nothing to turn in. We haven't finished anything yet. Still got to do Leviathan.
I look forward to receiving all of your future
So again, we can come back in Chapter 17. Now, I think there is a possibility that the next Chapter 1 is locked until hard mode, so I could be missing out a bunch of stuff, including the final chance to beat Leviathan here if we don't do this. But I think we can, so I'm just going to keep on going.
Cloud?
Huh?
You're Cloud, right? Holy shit! It's cool, bro.
He's thinking the same thing.
We went through training together.
Damn.
Did? So you're still alive and kicking, huh? Some of the guys heard you got smoked, but I told them it was all bullshit. Hey, sit tight, man. I'm gonna go get Kunsel.
Kunsel.
I'll be right back.
It's great to get Kunsel mentioned in here. Cloud's like, what's going on? They're like, what's going on? Kunsel was the one who gave Zack orders in Crisis Core.
You okay?
He was their boss.
Yeah.
But you were just...
I'm good.
It's a shame we can't wait here for Kunsel and see what would happen then. But Cloud's persona, his adopted memories and everything aren't letting him look into that more. Okay, I need to go out here.
Are you military? Today we welcome a special guest, Shinra's Director of Public Security, who has an important message to share with us.
Everyone here at Shinra is deeply saddened and outraged by this unconscionable act of terrorism. But at the same time, we will not be cowed by threats or violence. To the people of Midgar, I make this vow. We will find the villains responsible and bring them to justice. Are you listening, Avalanche? You cowardly dogs! Run all you like. Shinra is coming.
Do you think the other plates are in danger? Is it true that Wu-Tai is gonna attack us again?
We should be safe here, right?
I wonder how the rescue
ops we need to go up.
Do you think the other plates are in danger?
Down.
Is it true that
Let's see, we gotta find the doors. We gotta find. This is the door right here. And now I think we can go up. Yep, there we go. So close to the
I trust the narrative is intact.
Rock solid. The people have embraced the Wu-Tai Avalanche conspiracy wholeheartedly.
Must trust these soldiers
I've come
a lot.
to believe it myself.
Wu-Tai's response?
So far, nothing. And if those cowards do react, all the better for us and our story.
Very well. Then we shall stay the course.
If I may, sir. There was one other matter.
Oh?
A message from our man Palmer.
What do you think he's telling him? Guess who he saw?
Damn it.
Barrett.
Yeah, I know. We came here to save Eric. That's our first priority.
That's right. We only get one chance. Hojo should be at that board meeting, so that'll buy us some time. We need to plan this just right.
Here they are going into the conference room. Can we get him? Come on,
Where
come on,
should
get
we?
him! No! Ah, just
Can
missed
I
him.
help you?
What's the plan?
Little bit of recon. Need to find a way to infiltrate that room.
You hear the words coming out of your mouth. We just gotta find that bathroom so we can get into the air duct. Ask anyone here. They can point us in the right direction.
No thanks. We can find it on our own.
Alright, so now we're headed to the bathroom. We're going to talk to these guys. We're going to do a safety save right here. There is a scene inside the bathroom that can cause the game to lock up. In fact, we're not even going to look at the little cutscene. We're just going to try and bypass right over it because I don't know if the new version that installed of this solves that issue or not. I actually didn't have it happen to me on my first playthrough, but it's happened to me every other single time that I've played. So
Tifa,
instead of trying
it'd
to
be
lock
better
up
if
the
you
game,
waited
we're just going to
inside.
skip over this little
Maybe,
5-second
but this is-
clip, which is just looking in the vents at
Never mind.
employees working
You're right.
and stressed out over the situation with the blade falling. Nice bathrooms. These
Oh,
toilets.
thank God.
Hope
No
that's
one's in
two-ply
here.
paper.
Love
Hope
to show
shares
them
are
what
cheap
the
enough
ones
to give
down
them
below
one-ply.
look like.
Come on. Let's just find that duct.
Remnants of the original game right here too.
Gotcha.
Go crawling through the vents, banging a sword around, banging knees and elbows. No one's gonna hear a thing. Look, they even got ass gaskets for him.
Look,
on guard duty.
Right.
So, can I go with you? Don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
Yeah, sure. Just follow behind.
Alright, into the ducts we go. Okay, so here we can see to the right is a dead end, but we'll just look at it real quick just to show. Yep, nothing to see here. Can't go anywhere there. Oh, we don't want to crawl that way. There we go. So down here is where we could look, and this would soft lock the game if the glitch happened. So we're just going to pass it by and keep on going, just so we don't get that soft lock. And I don't know if this second one here does the exact same thing if you don't look at the first one. So to avoid that, we're just going to skip that as well. And you're really, I know we're trying to see everything that there is and do everything there is in this game, but it's just not worth it, what I'd have to go through to show 5 seconds. Alright, so here we have another dead end to the left, and so after seeing nothing at the right, I bet a lot of players just instinctually thought that there wasn't going to be anything there. But this time, if we take a look to the left, there happens to be some purple stuff. HP up is always welcome. you imagine not just having to do this, but then to crawl backwards through the whole thing to get out? Well, I guess maybe you don't have to crawl backwards. You don't have to crawl backwards to that dead end there.
This it?
Get yourself turned around.
I'm telling you, I saw him. With my own eyes, sauntering down the corridor.
We don't have time for this nonsense.
He was as close to me as you are now. The shock of it made me spill my tea.
Enough already.
He doesn't want to
If
hear
there
it.
are intruders in the building, my men will deal with them.
But, Mr. President, sir, I swear to you...
Reeve.
Sir,
you don't
I have the damage assessment for Sector 7, and I'm afraid the figures are catastrophic.
Spare us the doom and gloom. Was there anything else?
He doesn't want to hear that either.
Well, sir, I've also drafted a
That will not be
reconstruction
needed.
plan for... Huh?
Not with the Ancient in our custody once more.
With respect, sir, I don't see how...
2 words, Reeve. Neo Midgar.
In their promised land, we will build a new Mako-powered metropolis.
Mr. President, we still don't know for sure that the Promised Land even...
Shut him down with a hand.
Professor Hojo.
The test results were within expectations. The specimen is somewhat lacking compared to her pure-blood mother, but for our purposes, she should more than suffice.
So she can lead us to the Promised Land?
Well, Mr. President, that remains to be seen. I would like your permission to secure her cooperation through more forceful means. Forceful, yet gentle. She is a precious resource that must be handled with care.
Personally, I've never had a problem with torture.
My armory is at your disposal should you require anything.
I had something more psychological in mind. Better to scar the psyche than mar the flesh.
Boy, they all just a bunch of twisted folks right there.
Proceed as you see fit. However, you will not make the same mistake twice. Is that clear?
If I may, Mr. President, I have an idea how we might mitigate the risks. Simply put, we could have the Ancient reproduce. In the absence of a second specimen, we would need to identify an alternative mate. I would start with candidates from Soldier. These would, of course, include S and G.
S and G types, right out of Chrysocore and
what
Dirge
kind
Service.
of properties a crossbred specimen might possess. So, what say you all?
Well, apparently they can both fit shoulder to shoulder in there.
If there is nothing else,
Mr. President!
meeting adjourned.
Please, sir!
Shinra has no plans to help any of the people that they just destroyed.
Something stinks.
So is he referring to the bathroom or the Shinra plan? In the OG it was the bathroom. At least we don't have to go crawling back through the whole thing ourselves.
Anything?
Barrett's
The
chilling
man
on
in the
sink.
lab coat. Head of R&D. We follow him.
Okay. And then we kill the son of a bitch.
Not until he's led us to Aerith. That's the plan.
They got out of that board meeting quick, and luckily Hojo was the last one to go. There he goes.
Walking the halls of this very building, who would have believed it? I wonder... Were I to to arrange a face-to-face. How I should like to meet their offspring.
Who's he referring to? I think it's Sephiroth and Eris.
First, we must have answers. A simple psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Let's go.
Right.
Snacks. The vending machine, take what we can. Nice of them to have one of these right outside Hojo's lab. And we'll just take the bench. Look, another snack all ready for us. And luckily Hojo was nice enough to wait for us too as we took a little break there on the bench. Don't think we can enter any of these. Whoa, hang on.
First, perhaps instead, this one. This is definitely the one.
Oh, it is it?
Don't move.
Just pull the trigger, Barrett. Just do it.
What is this?
A dozen bullets in your head, unless you open that door right now.
Yeah, that's a face only a mother could love.
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately. The eco-terrorists? If so, I can't imagine what business you have with me. The president's upstairs.
Go after the president. Take him out.
Shut up. Keep walking. None of y'all better move a muscle.
Do stop pushing. Unlike you, I am less accustomed to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
What is it that you want?
Our friend. She's in your lab.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
Oh, so she's your friend.
Like there's more than one female stuck in his lab right now?
In that case...
Oh, what's that one?
Yes. That might do the trick.
Mind speaking up, son?
It's nothing. Just imagining how she might react if I were to present to her your fresh corpses.
See? Look at that. Should have just pulled the trigger. Now we have these creepy things to deal with. I like the lighting there.
You will regret this.
Oh, look, the reason we had a bench and a vending machine with cheap supplies. As Hojo just gets away. You can still put those bullets in him. After that thing poops. Alright, first things first.
It's on you.
About damn time.
No weaknesses. Alright. There's poison. It's wonderful.
I know you can do it.
Missed the bad guy here.
Damn it! It's on you.
Let's do this.
Uh-oh, I'm stuck in his grip.
Back.
I got you.
You need me, huh? You can handle it.
Let me handle it.
Taking over. Keep it together.
Alright, phase 2. Oh, he's spewing out some more.
What the hell? Always did like a challenge.
Let's see, let's get some curing going on here.
I'll head back.
Okay, let's go.
My turn.
Alright, let's get us a friend out here. Different should be helpful. Looks like he probably doesn't want fire.
Take the lead.
I'm up for anything. Come on. You do it.
Let's do this.
Man, you just need some hold on to him. Alright, let's, how are we doing on health? We're doing okay. So we'll, radiant clean him. And let's go with a star shower.
Mind taking over?
Taking over.
Built his pressure gauge just a little.
Keep it together.
I'm up for anything.
And let's get some Kieran going on.
I'll head back.
I can still fight. Take the lead?
Hang back.
I can't. I won't.
It's on you.
Let's see, Tifa. What's she do? Alright, so now let's get another summon ability before he disappears. Alright, phase 3. Oh, and we got phase 3 just before Ifrit went away. Perfect. He's gonna spew out some stuff on the ground. Mako expulsion. Tifa went down. Let's get her back up.
After you.
Let's see. Oh, alright. Different scenarios. Alright, let's get some more heals.
I can still fight. We gotta switch it out.
Fight through it.
Almost got him staggered.
Mind over matter. I'll head back.
We'll get through this.
Some more
Mind
heals.
taking over?
Need to heal up. Need a breather.
You need me, huh?
Let's get some more heals real quick just to be on the safe side.
Sorry.
I'll take over.
Let's see if we can first strike him. Or focus strike. Let's see if that
Take the lead.
Oh, almost got him.
Pushing it.
Mind over matter.
Alright, this focused shot here should...
You can handle it.
There we go. Now we got him. He's down.
Finish him off.
Boom. Deep attack.
Hey, Hojo's getting away.
Let's go Barrett spells. So we have these tanks here that are Hojo's. Oh, look who's in this one. That was our sleeping friend, old Nanaki. We're at 13. Zero. There we go. Hello there, old friend.
Aerith!
Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of
Really, the big
handling.
monster
Y'all
couldn't do
about
it.
to learn
But
predictable.
these couple of guys that we beaten over and over and over again.
We're
can't.
taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
She only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. But I really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
About damn time.
Let's just get a grenade out here on Riot Troop.
Let's do this.
Looks like your models got it wrong.
Yes, an unknown variable, perhaps. Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me?
Why are you a soldier?
Yeah.
No, not quite. Oh, now I recall. My memory was mistaken. My boy, you weren't a soldier.
What? Uh-oh. These guys have shown up.
What? What is this fascinating phenomenon? What's happening?
And he can see them.
What are those things up to
Where are
this time?
you taking me?
Cloud!
They did not want Hojo telling Cloud
Got it. Stand
about
back.
his past.
You came for me.
Yep.
You good?
I'm great.
What happened to the stool that was...
Thanks for saving Marlene. I owe you one.
Save it for later. Keep it together.
Need my help.
Like lightning. Oh, we can accommodate that. A little bit.
I'm counting on you. Coming at you hard way.
Watch yourself.
Take it over.
Still here.
Yeah, I'll do it. Bring it home.
Give him your all.
That was good. Wow, I have to mega push himself there. And Barrett's got to, he's got nothing. He's going to have to mega push himself too.
I'm fired up, ready to go. Get your ass out of here.
Wow, that was a waste of 2 mega potions. Did not expect that explosion.
Aerith, you okay?
Thank you.
No biggie.
Let's get out of here.
No biggie.
The hell was that thing?
We need to go. Aerith!
What the?
Come on.
Faster, Red, faster. Oh, almost got him. Look how angry he is.
What? You want to go?
Stop. This child's a friend.
She knows he's only a child. How does she know? How does she know? And what is she doing to him? And how does she know to do that? And he goes, oh, okay.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Oh, did it just talk?
You asked what it is. I am that which you see before you, nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that. Agreed?
13?
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
Amazing that in the original game they never even bothered to ask and they just found out later.
And got away.
This time,
so we're gonna go
for
get
whatever
this
reason,
other
he's
bitch.
too shamed to tell them what's wrong with Cloud. Oh, hello. Oh, what do we have here? was it caused by something else?
Together we will reclaim our world.
The Genova cells in his body are reacting to something.
They have come again.
He's seen better days.
You know,
looks
Reno,
like Sung agrees.
I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector 7?
We are going to do nothing.
Been thinking, was all that necessary?
Had we refused, someone else would have completed the task. We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, nope.
It's good
Let's
to
try
see
another
they feel
tack,
bad
then.
about what they did.
They were a sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we'd taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter? Yes. Understood. The VP needs us.
The Vice President of Shinra, Rufus.
Cloud.
Oh, thank goodness. You're awake.
You okay?
Yeah. Where are we?
Where I lived when I was still a child.
Aerith's old bedroom. The room she shared with her mom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and save. Save there. That was the end of Chapter 16, and now we're going into Chapter 17, so that's where we're going to be stopping for today. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please come back and see again. Remember, keep fighting, keep breathing. You're going to be okay. You're going to get through this. Before you know it, this will all just be a bad memory behind you, and life will go on. You'll be happy, and it'll all be worth it. So, we will start up with Chapter 17 next time. Wherever you are, y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you then. Take care.